G'day guys, Fitcho here and welcome back to my MotoGP 18 career mode. Today we're here for episode number 2, and if you guys did miss episode number 1, I will leave a link to it in the description. I uploaded it very early, like 2:30 in the afternoon my time, which is like 5:30 in the morning in the UK and like 6:30 in mainland Europe. So it was a ridiculously early upload, so I'll leave a link in the description if you guys missed that. But we're here for episode number 2. Last time out we made our debut in the Red Bull Rookies Cup at Jerez. Now I've got round number 2 of the Red Bull Rookies Cup at Mugello, one of my favorite tracks on the entire MotoGP calendar. Let's get into this. Just quickly, one thing that I don't like about MotoGP 18 is with the race settings. As you can see, this is how I had it for Jerez, and then I went and did a quick race at the new Thailand track, and I switched it to a 3-lap race with no qualifying. I come back into career mode, and it changed all my settings to what I had them in quick mode for that one-off Grand Prix race, and now I've had to change it all back to how I had it for Jerez, and it's a bit annoying. It should save what I have in career mode and what I have in the Grand Prix mode as separate things, and it doesn't seem to do that, so I have to keep checking the race settings before every race I do on this game to make sure it is right, and it's a little bit annoying.
Hello to all our viewers from the Mugello circuit. Only a few minutes to go before we see the first bikes take to the track to start the customary qualifying session. It doesn't look like the weather will be causing us any problems. The latest weather reports we've received indicate clear skies for the duration of the entire session.
Here we are in Mugello, in Rossi country, as you can see, with all the yellow flares going off. That is one thing they have added with this whole new graphics package they have with the Unreal Engine, is a lot more crowd effects, such as these flares. And you see them in real life, and it's definitely something that needs to be in the game, and I'm happy they are there. But we're here for qualifying at Mugello for the Red Bull Rookies Cup. Let's get into it. Another quick thing that I've just noticed, which is a little bit annoying, I swear every time I jump on the bike, it turns traction control back on, whereas I don't want traction control, I don't need that on, so I have to turn it off. Every single session I do, I seem to have to turn traction control back off. It's really frustrating, and it should just save like the rest of my assists. But anyway, enough of that. Traction control is now off, and I can really go attack this Mugello circuit and see what lap time I can get in. Come on, this lap's been pretty good. It's been nip and tuck. The first 2 sectors, there was less than a tenth separating us. 2 tenths down in the third, but it's been a good final sector. What can we do? Can we take pole position? Yes, we can. A 2:01.2, and we go to P1 with 26 minutes remaining in the session. But for now, I think that is going to do me. If someone beats me, I might go out in the dying stages of the session. I think that's going to be it for qualifying here in Mugello.
That brings an end to the qualifying session for deciding pole. The results that you are looking at now don't just show us the grid positions, they also give us an idea of what the riders will be capable of in tomorrow's race.
There we go, we have taken pole position here in Mugello with a 2:01.2, 2.5 tenths quicker than Khan Onku. I'm still not sure how to pronounce that name, but let's go with that. Then the race winner in Jerez is starting out of 3rd place, the final spot on the front row of the grid. That is Adrian Carrasco.
Hello to all the motorcycle fans tuning in. Today's race is being held in the hills of Tuscany, where the Italian Grand Prix is about to start. Despite the clouds that are building up overhead, track conditions are good, and the forecasts say that the risk of rain is pretty low.
It is race day here in Mugello, and I am starting on pole position, the best place to be starting. We have 7 laps ahead of us in today's Red Bull Rookies Cup race. Let's get things underway.
We are now broadcasting from the starting grid, where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a race like this, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites. Not long to go now until the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello, one of the most challenging and spectacular tracks in the entire championship.
Here we go, it is race time in Mugello. Grab the clutch, bike into gear, revs up, lights are on. And it's lights out, and away we go. The Italian Grand Prix is underway, and it's been an absolutely shocking start from pole position, and we are getting absolutely swamped, already back into 8th place as we head up towards turn number 1. Let's see how aggressive I can get down into San Donato. Can I get a few of these positions that I have lost back into 6th place under braking of Billy Van Eerd in front of us. I'll go with that as we head left into turn number 2, Luco corner. And then I'm trying to remember the names of the corner. Poggio, Secco. Of course, the game now tells you the corner names, which in my opinion is fantastic. I love learning tracks' corner names. Is now down to turn number 4, Materassi, and then into Borgo San Lorenzo. There we go. Starting to learn them, but we can't quite get close enough to Billy in front of us to launch an attack as we plummet down the hill into Casanova for the first time in the race, and someone capitalizes on me going a little bit conservative, as now through Cervello we go and up to Arrabbiata 1. Can we look up the inside of Matteo Petacca? No, we're just a little bit too far behind as we head back up the hill to Arrabbiata number 2. Try to hold it tight, careful on the exit, don't get too wide on that curb. That curb can bite. Now down the hill into Scarperio, tricky braking zone. Oh, turn in a little bit too early and run across the grass a little bit, is now through Pelagio. We are losing a little bit of time. We got pole position, but we don't seem to have the race pace in the early phase of this Grand Prix. Is down into Corintaio. I think we just need to get a couple laps under our belt and find our rhythm. Then that pace is going to come back to us. But in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, we have pretty short races. It's 7 laps. That's not very long to find your rhythm and then make this time back up. So we are in a tricky situation right now as we come down to the final corner to end lap number 1. It has not been a good first lap here in Mugello. We've gone from first back to 7th place, and we have some bikes right on our rear end as we head onto the very, very long pit straight here at Mugello, and there's a good chance they'll be able to slipstream past me on these Red Bull Rookie Cup bikes as we end lap number 1 of 7. We start the second lap. Up the hill we go. Is anyone going to send it up our inside into San Donato? We can brake so late on these Red Bull Rookie Cup bikes, and it looks like we are safe for now, but we're running a little bit wide. Get on the power nice and early. Go for a late apex, and we hold on to 7th place for now. And now we just need to get our head down, find that rhythm I was talking about, and hunt down this front 6. Coming up to end lap number 2, and we are still sitting in 7th place, and we're just struggling to find that rhythm that got us pole position here in Mugello. And with so little laps, this could prove costly. This bad start is something we really need to work on, is getting into a rhythm and getting our starts down pat. Because if we can't get our pace back quickly in the early phase of the race and fight back after getting such a bad start, it's going to really hurt us throughout the rest of this season. Like we saw in qualifying with the quickest bike here, we should be able to go out and win this race, but at the moment it's looking like we can't do much better than 7th place, and that's really not what we want. End of lap number 4, any second now. What is the gap up to the bike in front of us? It's not going to tell me because Tate has set the fastest lap of the race. It's down to 1.4 seconds. It was about 1.8, so we're starting to reel him in ever so slightly over the last lap or 2, but we've only got 3 laps left here in Mugello. We could just be leaving this charge a little bit too late to make a proper impression on those podium places, which is where I hoped I would be after claiming pole position here in Mugello. We have had a really nice run through the Biandetti chicane, and in fact a whole nice run through this lap. We are now right on the back of Petacca, trying to get a nice exit off the final corner. We can jump in his slipstream. It hasn't been the best run through that final corner, but nonetheless I think we're close enough now to get slipstream. It's closest we have been in quite a long time. It's going to end lap number 5 and start the penultimate lap of this Italian Grand Prix. Only 0.4 of a second, so I reeled in a whole second on that lap on Petacca, but catching a bike is one thing. I still have to find my way past Matteo, and that's going to prove difficult. I still need to just close up a little bit more before I can make a proper move on the bike ahead. Can we look up the inside here at Materasti, or whatever it is? I didn't quite read it. I haven't memorized that corner name yet, but we've got that move done. Now into 6th place. The charge is on here in Mugello. Up next is the fellow Aussie, Billy Van Erd, or however you say that. Let's go with Billy. First name basis now as we head through Cervello, now up to Arrabbiata 1. Out of the final corner we come, up to the line to start the final lap of this Italian Grand Prix, and we are catching up to Billy just in front of us. The gap's going to be about half a second, or maybe a tad more. 0.6 of a second as we cross the line. It's going to take a real push to get up into the top 5 here in Mugello. Down to San Donato we go as late as we dare on the brakes. Just abuse that front tire. It's a final lap. We don't really care too much now as we flick back left for Luca. We are really gaining through these first couple of corners now through Poggio. Secco, we are really starting to catch up to Billy. Can we launch a move up the inside of this next left-hander? We might just be a tad too far back. Yes, we are trying to get a nice switch back through Borgo San Lorenzo and get a run up the inside of Casanova as we head down the hill. Can we pull this move off? Yes, we can. Right before the braking zone. Now we flick back to the left through Savelli. Philip Salak just in front of us. Can we try something? Is now into Arrabbiata 1 we go. Try to get a nice late apex, get a nice run. Is now into Arrabbiata 2. Careful not to run too wide here on the X, using a little bit of curb. Can we send it up the inside as we head down the hill into Scarpa? Ooh, it's getting very, very close. Sort of forced our way past a little bit there, but he's back up the inside at Pelagio as now we head up towards Correntaio. Can we just send this up his inside? I think we can, and we are going to do that up the inside. 450. He's trying to come back to us, but we block him off. We get back to the apex on the exit of Correntaio. Only 3 corners now stand between us and a top 5 position through the Biandetti chicane, but it's not all done and dusted yet. If we don't get the ideal run off this final corner, it's such a long run to the line, and slipstream being so prevalent on these bikes, he could just get a run on us and snatch this 5th place away from us. Out of the final corner we come, and here we go, the run to the line. Are we going to be in trouble? I think we have enough of a gap here, and we are going to finish in 5th place. Not ideal considering where we started, but still a career best result. We finished 10th in our first race, 5th in the next race, so first next time out, surely by that logic. MotoGP ID reward. Now, I've done a few other races and I've worked out this is actually attached to your Steam account, your Xbox Live account, your PSN account, or whatever that is. It's not actually attached to your career, so if you go in multiplayer, or I did a quick race and did a video around the new Thailand track, you earn the MotoGP ID prestige points in that as well. So I'm now up to level 6, almost level 7, because I've done a few races.
While we wait for the cameras to take us to the Parc Ferme to meet the stars of the race, let's take a quick look at the final race ranking.
So here we go. Adrian Carrasco has won the race with Carlos Tate and Kalan Onku on the podium, and we've been listed as 4th place. I thought we were in 5th, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe we were 4th, and I've just been cocking that up the entire time. But nonetheless, 4th place is a great result, and I will take that. I thought we crossed the line in 5th. It says 4th, so I'm just going to run with what is on the screen. I probably just didn't read it right while I was on track, because, you know, a lot to focus on when you're racing in this game, especially when you're trying to commentate on it as well while you race. So 4th place for us in today's Italian Grand Prix. Considering we started on pole, not the best result. Considering it's only our 2nd race, and last race we finished in 10th, it's a great result. So let's look at the positives on this result. 4th place, a career best finish. We just beat Philip Salak and Billy Van Erd to the line there to claim 4th place, passing both of them. I think it was on the last lap, and Matteo Pataka on the lap before that. So in the championship, Adrian Carrasco continues to lead, 2 race wins from 2 for him, so he's on the max 50 points. And looking down the list a bit, we find ourselves in 7th place on 19 points, up 3 positions after last race, so that is always a good thing. And our reputation, 286 reputation. I think every attribute just went up by 1 there. Level 43 on the riding position, 43 throttle management, 43 on brake management, and 43 on leaning angle. So we're level 43 all across the board, and 286 reputation, which is very, very nice.
This rider is doing an excellent job, and the results show it. The next step is fighting for the results that matter, and it looks like he's on the right path.
Yep, another good result. Just like the commentator says, he's not being negative this time, even though we went backwards, whereas the last race we held our qualifying position. But 4th place, it's a great result, we'll take it. So our followers have pretty much doubled yet again, up to 521 now. So that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Next time out, we head to the Netherlands and one of the greatest tracks on the MotoGP calendar. Of course, we are heading to Assen. I cannot wait for that. That should be up tomorrow is the plan, but if I get lots of time tonight, I might be able to sneak up a 3rd episode on release day, which would be something else. I'd be amazed if I can actually do that. So expect it tomorrow, but maybe check later tonight, just in case I do manage to get that up. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you do leave a like on it. Also, make sure you do subscribe for much more MotoGP 18 content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.